Hey everyone, it's Big Scribe back, and I'm back with yet another review. This time I'm going to be reviewing The Defenders. And you guys know I'm a huge Marvel fan. I watch everything Marvel. I am absolutely obsessed with Marvel comics. But I was a little iffy because I kind of liked Iron Fist, but it wasn't the best show that they've ever done. I mean, after Luke Cage and Jessica Jones and Daredevil, I was expecting a lot more, and then Iron Fist kind of let me down a little bit because it just seemed kind of forced. And I was worried that because The Defenders was coming out so soon after Iron Fist, that it was going to be a little rushed. Oh, man, did it surprise me. I was so floored by every bit of this show. And I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. If you've not seen it yet, this might contain some spoilers. So if you haven't watched it yet, stop watching and go watch it, and then come back and tell me if you agree with the things I say. Anyway, first of all, let's start with Luke Cage. Luke Cage's character continually gets better and better and better. And I think one of the things that I like most about him is he speaks his mind. And one of the funniest things was that they kept giving him these little side comments, these little snide remarks that he would make to people, and it would just crack me up. Like, him and Danny have this constant feud going on. They can't stand each other. And then him and Matt don't really know what to think of each other. And in one scene, Matt was like, "I'm glad we found each other," and he goes, "I'm not hugging you, man." And, like, that was possibly one of my most favorite moments of the entire show. And seeing how Jessica Jones interacted with everybody, and you already know she's a smart aleck, so she's going to say whatever she wants to. And seeing how she reacts to everybody, especially Danny and Matt, it's crazy cool. But Jessica Jones becomes this really caring character towards the end, and like she begins to change. She goes from kind of being all hard and tough to really starting to care about people, and it really shows a change in her character. And of course, Luke Cage realizes that he can't just stay in the shadows and not use his powers to help people and be a hero, that he has to stand up and be a hero when the time calls for it. And Matt has to make some decisions about his life. And of course, we already know Danny's like proud to be the Iron Fist. That's all he ever talks about, but that's besides the point. But anyway, the other intriguing thing was one of the biggest characters in Iron Fist and Daredevil dies, and it's actually kind of sad, and I don't think he gets mourned properly the way he deserved, and it's actually a kind of sad moment, and it honestly got a tear for me. So it was pretty interesting to see that they killed off that character. I'm not going to spoil who because I really want you to see it for yourself, but I will tell you, Elektra is back, and wow, did her character get better. She was okay in Daredevil Season 2, but I wanted more. So I was really hoping that they would make her character a little more bloodthirsty, because I just like a bloodthirsty character. And she just becomes this psychotic, powerful enemy, and I loved it. I absolutely loved the development of her character. I was kind of surprised at Sigourney Weaver's character. She didn't really have that big of a... I mean, she kind of had a big role, but her character wasn't that interesting to me. She was just kind of boring to me. And I think that's like one of the only things I didn't like about the show, was that her character was just kind of bland and boring. I liked all the other members of the Hand except her. She just irritated me for some reason. But I think, honestly, it did pretty good. It was an interesting crossover. We know Marvel's good at crossovers. They did the Avengers, and of course they're bringing the Guardians of the Galaxy and all of them into the fold too for Infinity War. But I would like to see the Netflix characters carry over into the movies, but I know it's probably not going to happen. But we do know that they all exist in the same universe. But I'm intrigued to see what's going to happen now, because we know we got Thor Ragnarok coming, and we've got Marvel Infinity War, or I mean Avengers Infinity War, and we've got the next season of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., which you never know what's going to happen on that show. And don't even get me started on how awesome Ghost Rider is. And we just got all this stuff happening, and Guardians of the Galaxy 2 with Ego and all that, and we find out who Star-Lord's dad is, and it's just, there's no telling what's going to happen now. I mean, we've got all these big characters coming into play, and it's leading up to this big climactic moment in the Infinity War, and I wonder what's going to happen after that. Like, I'm wondering what direction they're planning on going after the Infinity War, and I'm intrigued to see what happens. And I won't spoil the ending, the actual ending of Daredevil. I mean, of the Defenders, but I promise you're going to love it, because I cried probably the last 15 minutes of the season, and the ending made me so happy. But I really hope you guys watch it. Give it a chance. I'm giving it 5 stars. I loved it. I love everything Marvel. Marvel are the masters of entertainment. But I hope you enjoyed this review. God bless you. Bye.